But last night's game, very competitive. You're right there. We had a lot of chances there late in the game. Just not able to come up with a big hit to get us, tied up or on the other side of it. So Bryce Miller on mound tonight. Look for him to give us a chance to win the game. I think anytime at this time of year, certainly with young starters, how long will he go? We just have to wait and see. Let us know where it's at. So take any questions.
Scott, Kershaw's curveball, it's not like the breaking pitch now. Everybody's throwing the hard sliders and everything, but he's got that curveball. What's the best plan against it? To avoid it?
Yeah, the curveball's not really his pitch. It's more like a slider. You see more sliders than you will curveballs. It's a cool curveball. It's a big, slow one with a lot of movement on it. Yeah, but it's sliders, the cutter, whatever he calls it, that's his go-to pitch. So, he presents his challenges. He's really smart. He's had a great career. When guys are in runners of scoring position, he gets especially tough to hit. It's hard to get those guys in. So you got to be patient with him. He's going to be around the edges. He's going to nibble. And he's really good at it. So trying to get our guys to get the ball up, get in the middle of the plate, and do some damage against it.
You guys created a lot of traffic last night. Is that encouraging at least?
We was. You look at you had a couple guys on the 6th, a couple guys on the 7th. JP hits a double in the 8th, and you get time run to the plate in the 9th. And those innings ended. I think most of them ended with a strikeout. So get the ball in play, finding a way to put more pressure on them. It's critical in those spots. You're not always going to get a ball you can hammer or hit a home run or a double. Sometimes you just got to put it in play and then take your chances from there. So, especially when guys are in scoring position with 2 out, it's tough to end the inning all the time with strikeout. I say all that, their bullpen's really good. They've got power stuff down there, but we did do a really good job of creating traffic, and we need to do it again tonight.
Tonight's going to have kind of an amped atmosphere, sell out kind of the way it was last night. For Bryce, is that a good thing for him to go through this time of year and experience a little bit of what October might feel like?
Yeah, I felt last night's game had the feel of a playoff game, and I'm sure tonight's will. Certainly there's some Dodger fans in the crowd, and they get amped up and whatnot, and it's a good experience for all young players to go through. The guys that went through it for the first time last year learned a lot. The thing about Bryce, not too much gets to Bryce. If you've been around him at all, he's probably just as easygoing as any young pitcher I've ever been around, and I love it about him. He just continues to go out and compete, and the thing that we've noticed recently is he's been able to make some in-game adjustments. We've seen it the last couple times out. They're hitting me, or I'm not getting this over the plate. What do I need to do to get deeper in the game? And he's been able to do it. So lean on that tonight. It should be fun. It's a good experience for him.
He's talked a lot about how much his secondary pitches have grown, even in the last few weeks. What have you seen?
They have. The secondary pitches have become real pitches. He's added, a sweeper and a cutter and a changeup. He's also added a 2-seam fastball, which has really helped him. You probably see a few of those tonight again to help him against some of the right-handed hitters. So having different weapons like that and the ability to go to him, it's really important. Again, he's still developing at the major league level, so the fact that he's willing to try some things and work on some things in his bullpens and take them in the games, it's a really good sign. That's how you get better. You got to be willing to take a few bumps along the way, bumps and bruises along the way, and survive and make adjustments, and he's doing that right now.
There's something about the 2-seam for your staff this year. It's been particularly effective for no reason.
It works.
Right.
And we have younger pitchers. We have guys that have the ability to do some of those things, and our pitching coaches are always trying to turn the screw a little bit on what can help a particular pitcher, and it has become a nice weapon for our guys.
It's like such a copycat league sometimes, your guys' success with it. Do you think you'll see other teams? Because for a long time it was all spin, top of the zone, but you guys have made that 2-seam effective off of the top of the zone.
It really has. It's turned into a whole different pitch, and you can see it is a copycat league. He went for a while where it's all breaking balls, remember? Everybody came out and threw nothing but breaking balls, 67% breaking balls. Then it was all high fastballs and high spin rates. And guys found things to get their spin rates even higher. And then now that got curtailed a little bit. So the game continues to evolve, and it's never going to change. Players are always looking for an edge. Coaches looking for ways to disrupt timing and disrupt the hitter's ability to recognize pitches. And the 2-seam has done that. Obviously, increased velocity that you've seen over the last 4 or 5 years helps that. And it's tough. It's tough to hit right now. I keep saying that year after year, but there's a lot of really smart people in the game, and I think our guys are at the top of the list, out ahead of it with a lot of our young pitchers, and that's why we've had the success we've had.
The old school watching changing eye levels for hitters is still.
It's still really big.
Yeah, I mean
that'll never change. Yeah, it's all about showing the hitter something he hasn't seen very often. You've often seen some guys now with the lower slots, where the ball has the riding factor to it, which is something that hitters typically don't practice against. So it's hard to make those adjustments on the fly. But the game's going to keep evolving, keep changing, keep getting harder, better, whatever you want to call it. And that's the fun of our game. That's what makes it exciting.
Between Bryce, Bryan, we're now into mid-September. They replaced not just workhorses but veterans in your clubhouse. How valuable has what they've been able to do over the past 3 or 4 months been to your rotation and your team?
We wouldn't be here without them. There's no question. When you lose Robbie Ray and Marco Gonzalez, the number of innings that are lost when those two veterans go away, your first reaction is how are we going to replace that? Fortunate for us, with a great minor league system, we had 2 young pitchers ready to come up and help, and they've been phenomenal. They've had their games that haven't gone that great, but the attitude's been awesome. The talent is there, and it's fun to work with those guys and watch them grow and get better. So we would not be in this spot without our starting pitching this year. And the fact that we lost 2 guys that we were really counting on and still in this spot says a lot to the job that they've done.
All right. Teo's on the next little run, obviously getting on base. I don't know, he's had obviously nice. Julio had a great stretch here the last couple of months, but you seen that coincide just kind of his presence and the leadership in the clubhouse too. Obviously, he's a veteran guy who's kind of
yeah. Teo hasn't changed from when he was hitting and when he was striking out about 55% of the time to what he's doing now, and that's really a credit to him. He has been the same guy the entire year. Has not changed.